I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah.
Ah,
Good health to you.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course. Ah, one more chump. Excellent. So how much will you bet?
No half measures. What's there to save for, anyway?
That's the betting over with. Now here are your arrows. Farewell. And now, I'll see.
hit!
Got it!
Hit home!
Damn, missed.
Hit! Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Oh, no. I won't miss the next.
Another on target.
Damn, missed.
Another on target.
Almost had it.
Ah, well, I won't miss the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. So, how did it...
You came last, lad. But chin up. As soon as you make some money, you can start...
I'd like to...
Of course. Ah, one... So how much will you...
No half, man.
That's the betting over. Farewell.
It's too deep here.
Damn, missed. Damn, missed. The wind took it. Hit home. Another on target. Hit.
Almost had it.
Got it.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Bloody hell, the wind took it. Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Got it. Hit.
Hit.
Got it.
Another on target.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Got it. Hit
Damn,
home.
missed.
Look out.
So, how did it go?
Well done, Henry. You've come first. It looks like you really do know what you're doing with a bow. You're still not up to my standard, mind you, but a pretty good effort. Here are your winnings. I hope you'll wager them on some chumps again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Is there any work you could do?
That depends. Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've got a bit of a problem.
I'm listening.
We've got a human captive we pulled out of the river. I've an idea what to do with him, but I need a little help. I have my own plans for him, but I need a bit of help.
How did you do it? It's not every day a miller's helper catches an enemy of the crown.
That's true. My hands will be more than happy to tell you how they caught him.
I'm in the service of Radzig Cobbler, and that cumin should be swinging from the rat-eye gallows.
Maybe, but I'm not taking it there. I don't have time. I'd rather throw him into the mill run.
I can take him there for you.
That's generous of you. And you'd just happen to get the reward for him too, wouldn't you?
We can cut a deal, and I'll bring you your half of the reward back.
Don't take it personally, but I'm just not a trusting man. Give me the money in advance and you can take him. What you do with him then is up to you.
You know what? Let's do this a different way. I'll go and ride to Perchdene. There, I'll tell Sir Radzig about a miller at the Bujinski mill who's hiding a cumin raider, and then we'll see who ends up in the mill run.
But that's not true. I'm not hiding anyone.
It won't be up to you to judge what's true and what isn't.
Fine. Go ahead and take that fucking human. And go with him to hell for all I care.
And just so you know how fair I am, I'll bring you half the reward back.
Please, just go. My hands will unlock the bond for you. Take care now.
What do you want here? Go and play your game.
I've come to ask about that cumin.
Ask away.
How did you manage to catch it? It's not like I underestimated you, but I can only assume he was armed.
Aye, he was. But he had a bit of bad luck. I went for water in the morning, and all of a sudden, I saw a man on a horse riding through the ford. Halfway down the ford, the horse got wild and threw him into the water. I waded in and pulled him up on shoot. And then I realized he was a cumin. Luckily for me, he'd hit his head, he was out cold. So I dragged him into the barn.
And what plans do you have for him?
What do I know? The miller told me to guard him. You'll have to ask him what he's got in mind.
All right, I'll ask him. Interesting.
Why, we'd all be better off. Fucking Oh.
Good day to you. God be with you.
Ask.
I'm here for the cumin.
What?
The miller told me I can take him away. He's headed for the Rat-Eye Gallows.
Right.
Don't just stand there, then. Open up.
Oh. Very well.
Mit akartok már megint? Azért jöttél, hogy
Get up. The executioner at Rat-Eye can't wait to meet you.
Mi? Mi történik?
Stop talking and get up.
Please, no, no, Ratai.
How about that? You do understand. And you don't want to go to Rat-Eye? If I were you, I'd feel the same way.
Please, money, underground.
Quietly. I don't want to hear another word.
Hey, who's there? Is that Some?
You there! Stop! Surrender! You'll have to answer for your lord.
You're
I'll
dead!
slaughter you! Ha!
Go then. Fuck off.
Beating
Don't
people
come.
right under my nose? Are you out of your mind? You should have thought twice about what you were doing.
Are you pulling my pizzle?
But I was just...
Vigyázz! Istenem!
My respects to you.
I'm here about the cumin.
Ah, so it was you who brought him. I suppose you've come for your reward.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, I'll tell you that. That is the first cumin anyone's ever brought in alive. Then again, those devils don't deserve any mercy. Anyway, here's the reward for your service.
Thanks.
Take care of that.
Come right up. It's a feast for your eyes and your stomach. It can't-
I've got half the reward for that cumin for you.
Well, well. I didn't expect for you to show up again.
You should trust people more. Not everyone's a swine like you.
I see your humor hasn't left you. Either way, thank you. Take care now.
Good day to you.
How's trade? And
Nothing we can have.
I'd like...
Certainly.
I'm interested...
All right. Now.
Is this...
I suppose. For how long?
just the...
No problem.
Here you are.
You'll like it here.
I'd like to learn...
Certainly.
I'd like to...
First, you have to...
Well,
Got it for you right here. apprentice to the Ratai Scribe.
Greetings.
I'd like to...
All right.
Of course.
I'll write your name down, and I need to know...
I've had plenty of...
Good. Bye.
Entering the arena now will be Alder Friar, a man-at-arms from Sir Divish of Townboat's garrison. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Welcome, our warriors! All is prepared for the first duel. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
Well landed.
And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. Our warriors will fight with hunting swords.
Over here. What's the matter? He is hereby declared the victor in this round and shall proceed to the next round. The first combatant will be Calder o' the Tar, catchpole of the Ratai Bailiff. And he will face Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Let us wish the combatants luck. And this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
What's up? Shit yourself? God! Had enough? Nah. Jesus Christ!
And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. The combatants will engage in a duel with warhammers and shields.
Curse it!
And the second duel was won by Henry of Skalitz. As victor in this round, he shall proceed to the next. Entering the arena now will be Laszlo, Hungarian warrior and Turk slayer at Nicopolis. And he will face Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Welcome, our warriors. The combatants have entered the arena and the first duel may commence. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
Nein! Was ist denn nicht? Pina! Mega left bitte!
That's the end of the first round of combat, and the victor is Henry of Skalitz. Change weapons for the second bout. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Oh, gangball! Yeah. Mi van? Fogytál az erőd? Nesze! Itt vagyok! A szarba!
Lords and ladies, good men and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Ratai tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sir Hanush of Laipa. All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sir Hanoch.
Here, Henry. Your prize.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You've earned it. Good luck, then.
Yeah.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
I don't know. God be with you.
I've got something for you. I hope you won't need them, but just in case.
Thank you. Wouldn't you like to take a stroll somewhere?
In this?
Good day, Henry.
I am honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
How are things here?
Our blacksmith has been feeling low the last few days on account of the Ratai tourney. There's no cheering him up, except maybe my schnapps might drown his woes.
How are things here?
Oh, fair enough, I suppose.
You must be up to no good.
Oh, dear. God be with you.
What's the matter?
It's the tourney. It always upsets me.
Why would the tourney upset you?
It brings back sad memories about my son Svartalfluk. God rest him. He always loved sword fighting. Even when he was just a lad, he used to duel with his mates with sticks. And for years he saved every groschen he got so as he could buy a real weapon. Wasn't long before he had the hang of all sorts of fancy strikes and feints. So when he heard Sir Hanush was holding tourneys for common folk, he was first in line to enroll.
I see. And he got hurt in the arena?
Oh, heavens no. Sir Hanush set the rules in such a way that nobody would suffer more than a bruise or two, and he makes damn sure the rules are obeyed.
Did your son ever win the tourney?
Oh, aye, more than once. Svartalfluk wasn't the strongest, but he was agile as a weasel, and he put his heart and soul into it.
So what happened to him then?
Well, this fella by the name of Peter enrolled. They called him Black Peter on account of the colour he wore. He beat all comers. No man could match him. Only Svartalfluk was determined to take him, so he started training all the hours God gave. He even started going to Captain Bernard for lessons. And in the last tourney, he got the better of Black Peter in the end and won the prize. Only he never came home that day. I figured he was having a drink in Rattay to celebrate his victory. But he didn't even turn up in the morning, and I started getting worried. I was just on my way to look for him when some merchants came by. They found my boy by the road just past Rattay. He was still alive, but he was burning up and shaking like a leaf. I sent for the sawbones right away. But before the day was out, I had to send for the priest.
Do you think it was this Black Peter who killed him?
It was the first thing crossed my mind. Aye. But there's no proof. It could have been anyone, I suppose.
Do you know anything about this Black Peter?
Oh, not much. I asked around, but nobody knew nothing much about him. Except he was a stuck-up bastard. He always just turned up for the tourney, took his prize and vanished.
Did Svartalfluk have any wounds?
Only a couple of scratches and bruises from the tourney. Nothing that would kill a man. Not even the sawbones could figure out what done him in.
I think I can tell you what happened to Svartalfluk.
Really?
The fact that he died just after beating Black Peter and winning the tourney was no coincidence.
So it was that bastard.
Yes. Black Peter lay in wait and ambushed me. He's a nasty piece of work. The thing is, he had some kind of poison on his weapon, so I reckon he might have poisoned your son. The signs you spoke of point to it.
Merciful God, I knew it. But how did you get away from the fucker? Did you kill him?
He was no match for me. I sent him straight to hell where he belongs.
Thank you. It won't bring my boy back, but it gives me some peace to know you avenged his death. Here, take this. It's not much, but it's all I have. Take care.
Eager!
Yo.
It's hot. If I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is certainly no time for roving.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Can't leave now. I still have obligations here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How are you, Henry?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'd like to learn a bit of everything.
Can you now? But to be more precise...
Of course. Like
You don't look the part, but if you say so. Go to the herb garden, take a good look at what's growing there, and then pull up the weeds in the herbaceous beds. Is that...
clear? I can get cracking.
Not so fast. Have I even told you what I consider a weed? It's dandelions, stinging nettles, and thistles. Those plants have their use, but they've no business growing among the euphrasia and the mentha, or anywhere else in that garden for that matter.
Where is it they're not supposed to grow?
Between the mint and the eyebrights. Once you've cleared the garden of weeds, come back. And woe betide you if you pull up anything but weeds.
Don't worry, you've never had as good a gardener. Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'm interested.
Wouldn't you rather learn?
Well,
I can't
God be with
sleep
you.
again.
Yeah.
Are you blind? For Christ's sake! There's people walking here. Watch out!
Why are you creeping around like
I've a...
Yeah.
It's done.
Did you weed the beds and leave what should be growing there alone?
I may have picked a couple of the other plants by mistake.
If it's only a couple, there's no harm done. I'm going to check with my own eyes.
Good luck to you.
Were you satisfied with my weeding?
You said it was finished, but I took a look at it. Is that what you call a finished job? Off you go. I'd better do it myself.
Take care now.
Johanka?
Henry?
I'm glad to see you.
Me too. I heard that you're doing well.
Well, that depends.
You're alive. So you're doing well.
What's happening here? Oh my god. Philip and... they're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
So can I help at all?
Certainly. We can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How is everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up? People here are dying, usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people? You've got scholars all around you.
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself? I know a little about healing.
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs anything. Just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep, but I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe, but convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try to negotiate better conditions with the monastery.
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
Very well. And how are you doing? You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And, what else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you liked.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around threatening people. It won't help me, and it definitely won't help the refugees.
Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all, of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
What can you tell me about the custodian?
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. But really, he has a say in pretty much everything, including supplies. And that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week, Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew him. And nobody even blinked an eye. We desperately need help.
I'll do whatever's in my power. Tell me more about the situation here. All right, that's all I need to know. These wounds have been well taken care of.
If you're up to no good, you'd better think twice.
Everything here is fine. He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Please, help me.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly.
Good luck to you.
He just needs to sleep.
Quiet!
His wounds have been well taken care of.
What are the...
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? My God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And the master told me if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come back at all. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in? We'll end up living in the woods, where any bandit or ruffian could set on us.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium. Anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care now. What the...
You look all right?
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the humans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I've got bandages, so I can take care of it.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
Yeah, a long time ago. But unfortunately, I've had to learn a thing or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then.
Good luck.
These wounds have been well taken care of. He just needs to sleep.
What the?
You're the one who's in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
If that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that.
Quiet!
It's a blessing to live to such an age.
How are the wounded from Skalitz?
Some of them are well taken care of, but others are dying here needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
So you don't normally treat the wounded, then?
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this... I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle.
Quiet!
This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith.
won't get any
But I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me. We'll see what we can do.
What do you think about the custodian?
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job well. He keeps us safe here. And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment on his rash.
I heard he's been here a lot lately.
That's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always leaves unsatisfied.
Thank you. Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible?
Quiet!
You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
Can't you do anything? Won't the others help?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much interested in the external world, and the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region. Besides, his main concern is the smooth running of the monastery.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with Johanka, and now he won't give us anything.
I'll try to talk to him. I can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such a state.
I know. I'm shamed.
Can't sleep again.
But my brothers believe it's all in God's hands now.
Even so, conditions here seem to me quite unchristian.
You're not the only one.
What happened to Philip?
Philip?
He's unconscious. He's shivering and he has a fever.
Ah, I didn't know that. When he first came here, he was fine. No wounds on him. He was escorting the others. Then he got worse and worse until he lost consciousness entirely. Ask Johanka. Maybe she'll know more.
Do you know anything about herbs?
I'm not an expert, but I know a little something. Is it urgent?
Well, one of the workers who was injured during construction would like to get back to work. He mentioned some purple flowers that would...
Herbs.
Oh, purple herbs that should help.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here. There won't be too many purple herbs for bruises and sprains.
How about some potion to induce heavy sleep?
Certainly. The old reliable.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers like a good sleep, and sometimes that's the only way to get one. I'll show you how.
Thanks.
May the Lord watch over you.
can't. I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good day to you.
I'm helping at the infirmary now, and I came to...
Ah, and how is Johanka? Do you know her well?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Does she ever talk about me?
I'm mainly here for supplies and to talk about the state of the wounded from Skalitz. They need blankets, food...
Well, that's not my problem. Let the infirmarius take care of it.
His hands are tied. Until the abbot comes back, he can't get anything.
And why should that interest me?
Maybe because of Johanka.
What precisely are you getting at?
She has a kind heart. Everyone can see how deeply she cares about the wounded. If you help her selflessly, it'll win her over. She's bound to be impressed.
Maybe you're right. It will cost me something, but I'll discuss it with Nicodemus. I should be able to help in some way. God be with you.
My respects to you.
Take care now.
Hey! You! Stop right where you... I warned you, you've no business here. Now you're for it. You should have thought...
I won't put up with any more of this. Keep it up, and...
But I was just...
You must be up to no good, sneaking around in the dark.
Like... Ow! What we...
Állj, te kutya! Add meg magad, vagy... Ide mindent! Elő a pénzt!
Me friend. Understand? Friend. Like you. Ever kolbász?
Kolbászok? Lehet, hogy nem is olyan rossz fiú. Hagyjátok békén! Most megkapod!
Yeah. Yeah.
Greetings, Henry.
Tell me more. All right. What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God, there has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of thing before. You have to place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any screams of pain. That's the only way to help him.
Well, fine. Try it then.
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake, our neighbours are dying here. You're friends. There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Oh, honestly, what were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you?
I brought some meat.
Thank you, Henry. Rich food will definitely help.
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned.
But what can we do?
Quiet!
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
But I found him. He preaches in a church in Rovna.
He's alive. Then talk to him. Goodbye.
Again. Are you holding him firmly?
Aye.
Done.
God be with you.
I need help with treatment.
And what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. But Philip from Skalitz is dying. He's lying in Sasau and won't last long.
Slowly now. What happened to him?
Nobody knows much. He's not wounded, but I heard he was hiding from the Cumans for days in a pile of carcasses.
The Lord have mercy. The living should never lie with the dead. His intestines must be purged, but even then he's in God's hands.
How do I clean his intestines?
It might surprise you, but you'll have to give him alcoholic spirits, the purest you can get your hands on. The best is distilled from Artemisia. It'll make him a bit delirious, but it'll help. I'll show you how to prepare it. God be with you.
Stop right there. I have to search you.
Why?
Orders of his...
What's that to do with me? Don't you know who I am?
Right.
Good day.
Yeah.
Dear Mistress Johanka, I come again in admiration of your selfless dedication. I would like to invite you to a fine banquet at my palace. You certainly have earned What business have you here, fellow? Who let you in?
I'm taking care of the wounded, as I'm sure you're aware.
Ah. Well then, run along and take care of them, and let me talk to Johanka. You're not needed here.
Wouldn't it be better to have the banquet here, custodian?
What?
If you won't give the sick anything else, couldn't you at least hold the banquet here?
Nobody's going to talk to me that way. Lock him up for the night and let him learn some manners.